I thank weed. Like when I get high, I thank weed going, hey, thanks for being here today for me to tap out a little bit, still be kind of healthy, and like get some good sleep.
Big Boy's Neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the neighborhood, Bert Kreischer. Welcome back to the neighborhood, man.
It is good to be back.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you back. You look amazing, man.
I feel amazing.
That's
feel amazing.
Good. Why?
I don't know. I think I got in control of I think last time I was in here I was drinking a lot.
Oh, really?
Was I really fat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 280. I was 280, yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie to you.
And I just started testosterone that day.
Yeah. I don't know if you started that day, but I know you had just started.
Yes.
Because you were saying that you were doing testosterone. Were you doing shots?
Yeah, still doing it.
How is that working out for you?
I love it.
Go ahead now.
I love it. My wife's on it too, and it turned her into a whore.
Hello.
I
gotta get my wife on it.
She's doing wild stuff.
Really?
Wild. She's having. I mean, look. I talk about it in my new special, but it all of a sudden our relationship changed. Like it changed.
Oh my God.
Like she just.
So your wife, she's on testosterone.
Yeah,
shots as well.
I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but yeah. No, she rubs it behind her knees. She's going through menopause,
right?
So she rubs it behind her knees and does progesterone. And man, something happened with her, and she got like, I mean, our relationship is brand new. We're having better sex now than we did when we were dating. Like, no, dating was great sex.
Right.
Once we had kids, it kind of just turned into like meat and potatoes.
Right. Yeah.
And now it's like Thai food.
Man.
Yeah.
Over testosterone?
I think so. Well, first of all, it brings your libido back as a man.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like, remember in 9th grade when you get boners for no reason at all?
Oh my gosh,
and you just
man.
you'd be in math class, you're like, Kreischer, stand up. You're like, not now.
Nah, you're like, I just take the F.
Yeah, and so that happens to me, but I think her energy has been wild. I mean, she's like little things like that you wouldn't notice. Like she'll be like, hey, let's make a cocktail and get in the hot tub. That was never her.
Oh,
she never wanted to get her hair wet. She never went in the pool. I get in the pool every single day. I shower in the pool.
Right.
Yeah, me and Shaq. Shaq showers in the pool too.
Yeah, I guess he would have to.
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
Yeah, when he said I'm going to go take a bath, he's really out there in the pool. That's amazing, man. Do you go to Chris Cassandra? You go to doctor? I don't want to say the doctor.
No. I have a doctor in Austin, Rogan's doctor.
Oh, really? Oh, y'all keep it in the family, huh?
I would listen, whatever Joe's on, that guy's going to live forever.
Oh, yeah, man. Between Joe, Dana, and effing Gary Brecker.
Dude, Gary Brecker is the man. Because that's Dana's guy. Tommy and I were in Vegas. We ran into Dana, and Dana was going on and on about his blood work and how he's off all his pills. He looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Here's the other sidebar, though, also, is like he hasn't had a drink in 2 years. Like, he quit drinking. So, that also helps.
Yeah. Right. Do you still drink?
Yeah. I got wasted yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is. Well, you say you're at Venice Beach in a Speedo, so I guess you would.
Down at the Whaler in Venice Beach, doing some shots of tequila, hit a vape pen, got in a gold Speedo, did a promo to sell tickets for the Forum May 11th.
Yeah,
I'm all about it, man. I love the challenge.
Where the hell did you find a gold Speedo? That's not something that was just at the house, or is this something with your wife again in the testosterone?
No. I am a hardcore Speedo guy. I only swim in Speedos. I love Speedos. I have so many Speedos. It's wild.
Oh, so these were your Speedos. This wasn't somebody saying, I dare you to put this on.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love Speedos. When I was a kid, up until, oh, my God, I met Lee Majors' kids yesterday.
Right, the $6 million man.
Do you remember Lee Majors?
Yeah,
I met
100%.
his kids. I'm in the Speedo. His kid comes up and he goes, hey, man, I'm a big fan. Can we get a pic? I said, yeah. I said, you from here? And he goes, well, no, I'm from Texas. My dad's Lee Majors. And I went, I lost my mind. Lee Majors was the man. $6 million man. The Fall Guy. The movie that coming out now.
So. Yeah, it's a remake.
Lee Majors' son is a good-looking kid. That could be a movie star.
Uh-oh.
He's a good-looking kid.
He didn't make his Speedo rise, did he? Oh, okay, because you got to protect. And plus you're on test. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be be careful, man. You got to do a tuck now.
When I was a kid, I only wore Speedos and knee-high moccasins until I was like 8 years old.
And we recording this too. Because you know that this isn't just radio. There's also a video of this. So you were saying you wore knee-high
moccasins and Speedos.
And
I only responded to the name Wild Boy.
Really?
Like,
You're a wild boy.
Well, you know what? Can I tell you that we were just talking about this? I don't know who I was talking about. We were talking about the first time you experienced shame, right? Because like you're this beautiful vessel as a child. I watched it happen to my daughter. My daughter was this wild, crazy, still is a great kid, but like just a weird, wild human being. And she found anime, and it really piqued her. She was like, this is so cool. And I remember her showing anime to her sister and all their friends, and they made fun of her. And she went like, oh. I remember the second bit of shame she got. Do you remember those shoes that had wheels on the back?
Yeah. Or like the tennis shoes you can skate.
Wheelies.
Yeah, wheelies. She goes, Dad, wouldn't it be cool if we had wheelies? And I was like, yeah. Now, mind you, she's like, I'm probably like middle school, right? But it's still like a weirdo. And we got them. And I remember cool girls were at her house, and they're like, who bought wheelies? Wheelies are for kids. And I remember Isla just going like this. And so those are important. They have to happen to you. You're not going to live a life without them if you don't. You're a lunatic. You're Mark Zuckerberg. But I remember my first bit of shame. I was in Speedo.
You don't think that was shame to Mark Zuckerberg right now?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mark. What if Mark's listening? He's like, I was having such a good day.
If you are listening, send me $1 billion. But go ahead.
He's like, block his Instagram.
Yeah.
Block
Oh,
him.
yeah, man.
When I was in,
You're like, your movie won't be number one. Your comedy show won't be number one. We'll make sure of that. That promo will never make it.
Crash the forum's website.
Yeah, you got to love them.
I was 8 years old. We hadn't moved to our new house. We lived in like a redneck neighborhood, and I was in knee-high moccasins and a Speedo. And my dad was like, hey, let's go to the mall. And I was like, cool. And he was like, do you want to change? And I was like, no. Like real confident in like that moment of like who I am. And he's like, buddy, I think you're going to be the only one in knee-high moccasins and Speedos at the mall. I was like, Dad, I'm cool. And I remember getting to that mall, University Square Mall.
I love he went with you, though. He took you.
He took me, and as we were walking through the mall, it dawned on me, I'm weird. Like, my dad saw it, and he was like, there was a sporting goods store called Oshman's.
Oh,
He goes, you want to go into Oshman's, get maybe something to wear? I was like, please. And at that moment, those moments are really interesting, and you need them. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're funny, and they create, like, I had another Speedo moment at baseball. At the end of the year, they give all the trophies out, and then they collected uniforms. And I knew we had a pool party later, so I had my Speedo on, and they took my uniform. And so I was wearing knee-high socks, cleats, a hat, and a Speedo. And my parents didn't pick me up for 2 hours. And I had to sit at the baseball park in a Speedo on that cold steel bench. And everyone's like, what outfit is this? But those moments of shame are so interesting.
You was like, is there an Oshman's around here?
I had a glove. I just had a glove over my junk.
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
I sat secret time. I've never really talked about this. I sat in the bathroom on the toilet in that outfit just by myself.
They took the uniform off your backs?
Dude, coaches were monsters back then. I remember we had these two redneck coaches. They each had twin sons. They were brothers, and they had twin sons. And they would put me at third base. And I remember that one going, steak dinner, I can hit the ball past Kreischer. And he's like, steak dinner says you can't. Kreischer's got a good glove on him. Go. And this is a grown man taking full swings, cracking the ball, and I'm like, what's my skin in this bet?
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to make any money?
Do I get a baked potato or
Coaches
something?
could hit you back then.
Oh yeah, man. I had a teacher.
Yeah.
I had a teacher that full on would fight students.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
now you're like,
When we were ninth grade, first time you shower with boys, right? It's very pivotal. Girls don't understand this, but like when you think you have the biggest junk in the world because that's all you've seen is yours. There's no shame associated with your package until you see other boys and you realize, oh, I do not. Right. I have something I could show a nurse. Maybe.
Right.
They have something you can pull out at a party.
Oh, yeah.
I got something. And ninth grade, we go to gym class. We get done. I walk by the showers. There's 18-year-old men in there. Like there's seniors. Everyone's got hair and everything, and they're confident and they're muscular. I'm in ninth grade. All our ninth grade kids are sitting there. We're all terrified. We all just met each other that day. This is the first day of high school, all boys Catholic high school. And we're all sitting there. It's like a game of poker. No one wants to show their hand because then if you show 2-7, everyone's like, oh, I can beat that. I got pocket rockets. Here we go. So no one wants to take their pants off first.
God.
We're all sitting around. This is a true story. We're all sitting around and no one's doing anything. Everyone's got their shorts on. And I decide to casually fluff a little bit to get myself ready.
You got to.
I fluff just a tad bit. I don't know that our coach realizes no one's taking their pants off. He comes up behind me, pulls my pants down, and goes, "That's Kreischer's junk. You've all got one now. Get in the shower." What he doesn't realize is I'm playing with myself in front of all these 9th grade boys trying to get. And he was like, and then I was like, all right. Everyone saw mine. They're like, I can beat that. That's a 2-7.
I wasn't ready.
Hey, man, nowadays you cannot tug someone's pants off of them.
Oh,
You'll go home and be like, wait,
assault.
what did your teacher do?
Yeah.
Like, man, oh, yeah, because I know if my son came home and was like, Dad, they didn't just yank my pants off, I'm like, all right, I don't even have to load it because I'm already preloaded.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. All I got to do is bring one up in the chamber. Let's go. That's crazy, man.
Dude, I remember the first time.
Different times, too.
I remember there was a black dude in the shower. Adonis Willis, real dude.
You remember that name?
Yeah, I'll never forget that name.
Yeah.
That guy, his was so big, it was wrapped around his leg.
Yeah,
Like, it was like, and I was like, what the? I was like, I'm showering in a different
You was like,
stall.
man, how many times did you get in the penis line? Like, Jesus Christ.
How many times?
Yeah, like, and that's when you figure out, like, man, you took my turn.
You took.
Yeah, you went in there a few times, bro.
Cold.
Like, you robbed the system. You robbed the system, man. Hey, man, but you were talking about, like, as far as health.
Yeah.
What did you do? Because, man, like we were saying, you look amazing.
Oh, I feel great.
What did you do?
Well, I first of all, I went carnivore.
Okay,
Full carnivore.
right.
I mean, I'm talking ribeye steaks almost every
Right.
meal.
Nice.
Are you doing any carbs or anything?
No
with it, or-
carbs.
Gotcha.
If I
So you're on
booze,
like a superhuman kind of diet,
Like,
or live it kind
yeah,
of thing.
Yeah, and so I get my blood work taken every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
My cholesterol's better than it's ever been. Blood
Yeah,
pressure's
man.
perfect. Yeah, and it's all because I really attribute it to carnivore. I work out every day. I
Gotcha.
work out hard every day. Do like the CrossFit type workouts. We're doing the 5K.
Yeah, I know.
We're doing the 5K out at so I'm running a lot. But I think once you start feeling better, you realize what a deficit you've been living in, and you go, oh, I don't want to go back to that. Like, I don't want. Like, I remember drinking so much that you get up and your back hurt. And you're like, ugh. And your hands would be like shaky in the morning. And I'm not like a day drinker. I mean, I am, but like not like I don't need to drink to get through the day.
Right.
Like
I
some
got
people
you.
have like real problems with alcohol. I like to tie it on at night. When the sun sets, that's a witching hour. And now I just switched it over to weed.
Yeah. Okay.
I smoke weed. And sit in my backyard and look at the trees, and I have beautiful thoughts like, these are my trees.
Yeah, man. I was just about to say that. Do you go? This is my yard. That's crazy,
So
right?
cool when you think those trees were not planted with me in mind. I wasn't even alive. They're big trees, but they're my trees today. I went out and
Oh, you smoking on some like OG Nation type of stuff. Yeah, you smoking something good, yeah. Yeah, you sitting there like if you talking about, man, these trees weren't even mine. Like, oh my God.
Dude, weed on the road, like, because I used to booze right, like, when I tell the machine story, I have a cocktail, and it's the end of my set. I always tell the machine story, and then I started going, I won't do that. I'll smoke weed, and then weed is different because you get on the bus, and then weed's like gentle in your ear. Weed's like, hey, you want to go get back in your bed and watch a documentary on tarpon fishing? And you're like, yeah.
Sounds good.
And then you're just watching documentaries on
Had you
tarpon.
always been smoking, or you
No, I wasn't. I was never a big smoker. I would have to drink if I smoked because I get panic. And then I did a podcast with a guy named Dan Soder, and I hadn't been drinking, and he was like, hey, you want to smoke weed? And I was like, yeah, but I might have a drink. And he was like, well, don't. He goes, just don't. Know that you can if you want, but see how long you can go without the beer. Or it was a whiskey I was going to have. And I was like, okay. And so we smoked, and we giggled. And at the end, I didn't have any panic. And I was like, oh, that was really cool. And my eyes started getting heavy. I was like, I can go home and go to bed right now.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, I thank weed. I thank
How long
weed.
ago was this?
Probably 6 months ago.
Let me tell you, man, because I sleep like crap, everything, and people, I've never smoked in my life.
For real?
Yeah, never smoked, man. And people,
All the people you've been around, you never smoked?
Everybody, man. Be Real from Cypress Hill, Snoop Dogg, Cheech and Chong.
I smoked with Snoop.
Yeah, and those are like people bucket list.
Yeah.
Now I've gotten secondhand highs.
Yeah.
But I've never smoked. And it's crazy because I hear so many people, Bert, that's like, man, even Dre was like, oh, I think he said smoke a sativa. That'll put me down.
No, indica.
Indica. Okay, he said smoke some indica. He said, and not even the whole thing, just a couple puffs.
Two
and,
hits.
and put it down. And I hear it all the time. I've never smoked. That's why I tell people, I don't know if I would never not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and especially if it's something where it's like, oh, it's medicinal or it's this, But when I did that hot boxing with B Real, I thought I was gonna die. Cause I don't smoke, but they smoked around and did the interview.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it was bad for me.
Yeah.
It was bad. And that made me, I think that set me back another 4 or 5 years of saying I'm not gonna ever do it.
You know what's so funny is I I was not drinking for a long time, and then we went and did Red Rocks. Dan Soder was there too. We're down by this river. We smoke, and I start getting a little panic, right? And I said to him, hey, do you ever get scared when you smoke weed? And he giggled, and he goes, oh, yeah. Oh, we all get scared. And he goes, you gotta take it. Well, it's the good with the bad. Just know everyone gets scared. Even Snoop gets scared a little bit every now and then. And then go, that's just the drug, all the good stuff it gives me. Every now and then I get this, and it goes away. I thank weed. Like when I get high, I thank weed going, hey, thanks for being here today for me to tap out a little bit, still be kind of healthy, and like get some good sleep. I love
Damn.
I love
and that's
weed.
why even before we got on, you was like, oh, I sleep good. Were you sleeping well before you were smoking?
No. It's crazy. I don't have my phone on me, but I track my sleep with my Whoop, and my sleep scores. If I drank red wine, it would be my heart rate's all over the map. If I drink my vodka, we have Porosos vodka. We just launched it. It's available online in California, but it's really clean, really clean. If I have like 2 drinks and smoke a little bit, my sleep score's through the roof. I'm talking 90% in the reg. My heart rate when I sleep is like 62, and that's on booze. If no booze, it's in the 50s. But if back in the day it was in the 70s, in the 80s when you slept, that's not good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The sugars, man. The sugar is what kills you.
Damn. And I noticed, man, even the belly has flattened out.
Yeah, my belly. Dude.
Now when you take your shirt off, they're like, oh, I
can see. I see myself naked. I can see my junk. I never could see it before.
Right.
Like I could never shave down there because I couldn't see down there.
Right.
So you just guesswork. You're just like, you just had to just feel.
Yeah.
Like,
Do I still feel hair right here? You got to think I was 500 pounds. So
yeah.
It was like, man, if I didn't know I had one before, I would have never knew.
How great is the moment though when you start losing weight and you can tie a shoe?
Oh man. And you know what's the trip about that too, Bert? Is people don't understand. Now, see, I was way bigger than you, right? Yeah. And people don't understand how putting a tray table down in front of me on the plane was like, oh my God. Oh. I would fly and I would use a seatbelt extension, and not having a seatbelt extension for the first time was like, wow. Or going in and finding your size. It's small things.
How crazy is this? This happened to me yesterday. I put on the seatbelt, and someone bigger than me had used it. That never happened.
Oh, when you have to tighten it up?
I went, I'm going to have to tighten this?
Yeah.
What animal sat in this before?
Yeah. That's when you start you start shaming and prejudice. How big was this person? Yeah. Oh, my gosh, man.
Dude, to put on, this is just, me and you can get this vibe, because everyone in here is like normal weight. Mm-hmm. Going into your closet, and like you have an event, like your daughter's graduation, and getting a shirt, and going through all your shirts, and they're all tight, and you're like, no. And then you put on no. And then to go to a place where you go into your closet and you can wear all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Is such a great feeling.
Do you know your pounds that you're down, or you just know
45.
that you're... Wow.
I'm down 45 pounds.
Were you concerned about, like, man, the Bert Kreischer that everybody loved? Like, oh, people, they love... Because you still take your shirt off.
Yeah.
They love my shirt off, like, you still Bert Kreischer.
I'm still me.
But were you thinking anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I was, it was brought up to me by Rogan, because like I did get in shape, and Rogan saw me on stage. Leanne was with me. We were at his club. I want to say it was in the afternoon. Or no, it was at night. Everyone was fun. We're having a good time. And he just looks at me and he's like, your shoulders are too big. Your shoulders are too big. And it kind of got in my head. And Leanne just lit him up. She's like, Joseph, he's in good shape. He's going to live longer. What do you care? You want him to be skinny. And Joe's like, no. I'm just saying, like, your shoulders are really jacked. And it got in my head. And then I hung out with Chappelle. Man, Dave Chappelle is, when God made people, he made one that's perfect, and it's Dave Chappelle. That guy, so kind, so generous, and we were partying one night, and I said to him, he said, you look great. I said, is it like, you're the king of comedy, like, do you think that's distracting? Like Rogan said, my shoulders are distracting. He was like, fuck Joe Rogan.
Right, yeah.
He goes, Bert, you look good. He goes, you're inspiring me to work out. And he goes, when you
Joe looks big to me.
But Joe hides it. He wears baggy shirts. Like, he hides it. He's very conscious to not look super ripped on stage. You don't want you to see his tats. Like, he definitely thinks about it.
Right.
And Dave told me, he goes, for this next special, get in the best shape you can. Show them what joy should look like on stage. Inspire people to get healthy and show them what joy looks like. That's your goal. And I heard that from Dave. I was like, done. I doubled up my testosterone, started doing shoulders every night. Like, I'm like, I want to look good. When you see someone look good, like, all the hip hop artists, you know, when they take their shirt off, like I don't know, you know, DC Young Fly. He takes his shirt off. He looks great. He looks great, and you kind of go like, man, I want to feel like that. I saw Dave Matthews perform. I'd been a big Dave Matthews fan in college, and I saw him in San Diego at an outdoor festival, Kabam or Kazoo or something, and he looked awesome. He looked healthy, and he was like, and he was vibrant on stage. And the thing is, when you lose weight, everything comes back to your voice, because I'm not eating and throwing up in my throat in the middle of the night.
Gotcha.
My voice is there. I can move around on stage. I feel good. I'm loose. I'm tight. Like I don't, you know, there is that old adage: if you get fat, you're not funny. If you get skinny, you're not funny anymore. It's the old Joe Piscopo thing. When he got jacked, everyone's like, "Whoa, no, he's a bodybuilder. He's not funny." I don't care. Let if that's the tax I got to pay, I'm gonna lose some people because I'm not fat. Totally cool.
I thought the same thing too, though, Bert. I was like, man, everybody loves Big Boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I lose weight, am I going to lose my funny?
No,
am I going to lose this?
I remember when you started losing weight.
Yeah, but I was like,
me.
dude, I said, man, it's not going to matter because I'm going to be dead. You know what I'm saying? There is no way I could be 500 pounds and be healthy and double the age of my life. It wasn't going to happen.
What's the tax is? Do I get that moment in time of fat Big Boy that's fun, it's great on radio, hey, we all have got our flaws, or do I get the guy I got today who would not be here today? You know that.
Right.
And I get you for now another 20 years.
Exactly,
That's what I want.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
And even when you walked in, I was like, damn, this dude looks good.
I feel great. And in feeling great, you know, especially like getting good blood work, and you're like, oh, I'm not, you don't wake up with panic. Look, life is finite. Why not just cram all the good stuff as everything you can, and your health has to be one. If you're slacking on your health, it catches up with you. It does. It starts showing up. Like I'm watching, man, this is like heartbreaking. I had like a little moment. We did a big thing for my daughter's school, and you know, it's daddy-daughter thing, and there's a lot of girls that didn't have dads. And you realize, oh man, we're at that age where people start dying.
Oh yeah.
And you start realizing, oh, that's real. He didn't get to walk his daughter down the thing. He's gone. Heartbreaking. But then you go, all right, that's inspiring you. That should inspire everyone listening right now. Should go, just walk. Just get on the treadmill and walk. Watch Netflix, walk. Just walk for like 30 minutes a day. You'll feel the difference. And if you're cognizant of the crap you put in your mouth, like if you just say, like for me, it was like, I can't have pasta, I can't have bread, because I load up on it.
Right.
French fries, oh my God.
Yeah, I haven't had a fry since September.
Oh.
I haven't had bread. I get this one carb, grain-free bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had that. You know what I'm saying? I've had that probably twice.
I'll cheat every now and then.
Oh, really? See, I haven't cheated yet.
I cheated when I did, like if I do a TV show and they're making food, I'll eat whatever. And I did David Chang's show and he made me pasta, and I was like, I'm lighting this.
You're like, man,
it's for television. I'm getting paid to eat. Let's do it.
You're like, man, this is almost acting too. You know.
Oh,
I got to play the role.
Yeah, it's crazy. The things that, like just sitting on a toilet, I don't feel disgusted by myself. You know?
Hey, man, it's like we're having a private conversation. like it's almost like we're playing big man tennis.
Big man tennis,
and everybody else is like, oh, wow.
Tuning in.
I never knew. But like I was saying, man, you look amazing.
Thank you so much.
You look amazing, man. And your spirit was always there.
Yeah.
You just seem so happy. I love it.
I'm a happy person. We were talking about this coming in. I don't do this job to not be happy. Like there's some guys who probably don't want to do radio, don't want to do press. I love it, man.
Right.
I think this is a joy for me. I've been a fan of yours for as long as I've lived in LA. So to get to hang with you is like an absolute joy. But like every bit of my life is fun. I don't do stuff that's not fun. I love living life. I love Dodgers opening day. And I was like, and on the last minute, I was like, yo, let's go to opening day. Let's go enjoy our city. My girls were in town. I forgot, because I'm from Florida. So, like, going to a Dodgers game is like, it's a Dodgers game. I forgot my kids are from Los Angeles. My daughter said the sweetest thing. It's going to come out a little messed up, but she doesn't live here. She goes to college. She goes, I miss Mexicans.
Right.
I said, what? She goes, Dad, Mexicans remind me I'm home. And I was like, oh, my God. Like, what? How cool is that? Like, and then as soon as that happened, big Mexican guy in a Kemp jersey comes up, daps me up. He's like, La Máquina. And I was like, yeah.
and he know exactly who you are.
Yeah. And
it's such a different vibe here too, though, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a different vibe. And sometimes, man, people from California or from LA don't understand how special it is here too, though.
Dude, it's so different. This town is so cool. I love We're just walking around on a Speedo down in Hollywood and on Venice Beach yesterday.
Could a black comedian do that?
I would love it.
Right. I don't think a black comedian can.
We
talk about it.
Yeah, they won't put on a dress either.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
put me in a dress tomorrow.
Yeah, you know.
But like, there's a fun thing about celebrity in Hollywood that's like, it's cool if you see a celebrity. And I you forget you're famous. I was walking down and everyone's recognized me. I was like, that's this city. You do this in Omaha, people are looking differently at you.
Oh, yeah.
But you come to LA, you can do wild stuff, and everyone's like, that's the city we live in.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, you do that somewhere else, man, you probably get shot.
Can I tell you my favorite thing about LA?
Go ahead.
Fruit vendors.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude, those little fruit carts.
I had one yesterday.
I had 3 yesterday.
Yeah.
I had 3.
Yeah, man.
Dude, and I loaded up, and I'm
protect him at all costs.
She doesn't speak any English, and so I'm practicing my Spanish with her. Yeah. And I was like, they don't have this everywhere.
Nah, bro.
They don't, and it's such an LA institution.
It popped in my head. I was in Memphis over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Mexicans in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't have, and I was like, dude, somebody got to crack, unless it's like some law out here, somebody got to crack the street vendor with the fruit out here.
Yeah.
Because I purposely and constantly was like, there's no fruit vendors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, Jose, my buddy Jose, we quick to say, pull over right here.
I do it every time.
Yeah.
If the girls are with me, Dad, pull over immediately.
Oh, yeah,
and
man.
they know everything, the tahini,
yeah.
Load it up. Load it up.
Yeah, chamoy. Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah.
It's the coolest thing. LA's got so much cool things. You hear, especially like, every city is trying to like flex like they're like the new comedy city, like Austin and Miami and Tampa and all these places are popping up. Comedy's really big right now. Man, Netflix is a joke. Every comedian in the world, the biggest comedians in the world are in this city. How crazy is that?
Yeah,
that as a person who lives here, that we almost forget we have so much talent. You can go on any night, you can go on Ticketmaster and see one of the best bands in the world. Any night of the week, that's our city. You can see amazing sports. Dodgers are number 1. Lakers. I mean, our sports are through the roof. We got the Rams.
Yeah.
It's like, I just think this city's so awesome. I'm like having a moment with it, especially when my daughter came home and she was like, God, I miss LA. And you're like, yeah, you forget how cool the place you live in is.
Yeah, and how crazy it could be looking someplace. That's why, you know how you see some people, they're like, man, I got to go to Hollywood. And I'm like, man, you probably don't want to go to Hollywood. Hollywood look a effing mess. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood's... You know how you think, like, if you're not from here, you want to see it? And like, I know that there's some people, I'm like, man, for one, you don't want to stay on Hollywood Boulevard. You're a smooth tourist that didn't check your internet specials. If you're anywhere around there. But no, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
You can't front on. You mentioned Netflix is a joke. There's a lot of great talent that's out here.
Too much. I'd say too much.
Dude, and Netflix is a joke isn't like a 10-year thing.
No.
Or it's very new, but everybody shows up. Why did you feel it was very necessary for you to be a part of Netflix is a joke?
I didn't want to do it.
Really? Why?
Because it's tough to move a ticket in this city when you're competing against Jerry Seinfeld, Nate Bargatze, Jim Gaffigan, and Sebastian Maniscalco at the Hollywood Bowl. Like, I mean, that's a show I want to see. I want to cancel my show. And I'm at the Forum, and so initially I was like, man, like LA's not my biggest market. Like outside of LA is.
Right.
Oddly enough, I like Oxnard, Bakersfield, Southern California, San Diego, but LA's really kind of like a younger ticket buyer. And so I was like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, trust me, you're gonna have a great time. Everyone's doing the Forum. Shane, me, Tommy, everyone's doing the Forum that week. Luckily, I got Saturday night, so I'm good. Tickets still available. Please go. But it's a cool thing to be a part of. Tonight, I'm on a show with Hassan Minaj, Zainab Johnson. I mean, it's like a wild show you'd never be a part of. Like me, especially.
This is like All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend.
And be like, and I'm wondering, even sometimes I'm like, man, how do you sell a ticket with all that damn talent here?
You put on a Speedo,
and
you walk down Venice Beach.
And you know what? Some of them won't.
No,
and that's the advantage.
Tom Segura will not do that.
And that
he'll do an email blast, and that's it.
Are there comedy beefs? Because we've been seeing other beefs that's been going on. We're seeing the Drake, and we're seeing the Kendrick Lamar, and we're seeing Kanye stepped into a Future, and Metro Boomin, and Rick Ross is in it. But are there comedy beefs? Because we saw Club Shay Shay. with Cat Williams, and it was like a machine gun.
Yeah.
But on your end, is there comedy beefs?
Yeah. I've had a few.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had a few. What we learned early on.
What could the comedy beef be with Bert Kreischer and another comedian? You too happy? Too funny?
No, I'm not. No. Well, okay, there's two things. Two things happen. This is in my experience. Number one, I cast a large wake. Like I'm a lot. Mm-hmm. Like just being a friend with me, I can overwhelm you.
Right.
Listen, I give everything to Tom. The fact that we're even a team, I would not be my teammate. I'm a lot. Right. So I get that I'm a lot, and so you got to love me. And if you love me, we're cool. And I only mess around with like cool dudes, right? Mm-hmm. So number one, I've some people are bothered by my energy because it's very positive. It's very like
happy he is.
Like
Tone it down.
I'm very ambitious. I have my own comedy festival during the summer that I produce. I have a cruise that I produce. I have TV shows. I have 3 podcasts. I have my tour. I'm in arenas.
Now I got to get on your podcast too,
buddy. I would love to have you on my podcast. I would love, and you'll see just how bad of an interviewer I am.
We just have a conversation. It's not even an interview.
Dude, I would love that. The other thing that happens, and this I can see this happen, is, and I see this, I remember when it happened to me and I didn't believe it, and now I'm seeing it happen with other people, and I'm going, oh, it's tough to get passed up, to get passed over, to watch someone get bigger than you that wasn't bigger than you.
Gotcha.
So like I'll give a perfect example. One of my really good friends, Shane Gillis, amazing. Right now, Shane Gillis is probably the biggest comic in the country, in the world, I would argue. If he's, you can, without a doubt, he's so talented. Now, I love Shane. I've known Shane forever. I brought Shane on tour with me. He opened for me at Red Rocks. I watched him get a standing ovation in the Celebrity Theater in Arizona before me. Standing ovation. He did 15 minutes. Standing ovation. I knew this was going to happen, right? So when Shane leapfrogged me, and he completely has, his last special, Beautiful Dog, is one of the best specials I've ever seen. He's got a new show on Netflix called Tires that just the trailer itself is fire, right? But I'm watching other people kind of resent him a little bit and talk sideways to me about a guy I love. And so, but they're also my friends. And it takes a very special person to give someone an opportunity. Like Joe Rogan's a perfect example. Joe Rogan gave us all an opportunity.
Wow, yeah.
And shared us with his fans. And then watch some of us, not me, but some people kind of do big things. And listen, he's also Joe Rogan. He has a $350 million deal. I think he's cool. I think that helps soften the blow. But like, not everyone's cool watching people leapfrog them. And that happened to me distinctly. I watched people who were my friends start talking trash about me. And I was like, man, and it hurts so bad because they're your friend.
Yeah.
And
these are like fellow comedians.
Yeah, fellow comedians.
Gotcha.
And so those beefs happen. But when we were young, we talked wild trash. We made Cat Williams look tame. When we started podcasting, we would out everybody. And we would light people up. And it caused real beefs. I mean, real beefs. Like ended friendships. Look at like Carlos and Joe, like that.
Oh yeah, man, like, Carlos Mencia and Joe Rogan.
And that was like, we were just talking. Wow, we didn't know anyone was listening.
Hey man, did you guys start the Carlos Joe thing? Like Carlos Mencia steals jokes? Y'all poured gas on the flame.
Well, I think we were all guilty of like the drama was there, and it's like who doesn't love a little good gossip, right? Man. And so we kind of fueled it, I think. And we didn't help it. No one squashed it.
Right.
Nowadays, and I'll just say, because it's happening with black comics now. Mm-hmm. White comics, when we got into podcasting earlier, we did all that trash talk, and we learned everyone loses fans. Like, no one's like, you think you're going to polarize people and you'll be the hero. Like, if someone steals a joke from you, that you'll be like, I'm a victim. Well, you got to realize half the people still love that person, and then they're going to trash you. Look at him talking trash about this guy who was so good to him. And so what if he took a joke? I remember people going like, so what if he took a joke? He does it better. And you'd be like, huh?
Yeah, but it's mine.
Yeah. And so that was like early on. We don't do it as much. Like I had a tumultuous relationship with a guy, and we just kept it on wraps and didn't. And then we figured it out. And all these, and I remember running into him. We squashed it 100%, totally cool. And I remember saying, all those times I was so hurt. And I was laying in bed, and I was thinking of all the mean things I could say, all the things I could say and I never did. I just sat with him. I realized he did the same thing. He was thinking he could have destroyed me.
Right.
And both of us did.
Is this another known comedian?
Yeah. Yeah. And so I love him.
Has he been on Netflix?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Is he Caucasian?
Let's stop this game.
No, I'm just. It's not a game. I'm just asking questions. You say you're a horrible interviewer, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. You know? Yeah. No, I was just gonna ask you like 1,000 more.
No.
Yeah.
But when the day it got squashed, I had such a relief off my shoulders. And I was so grateful I never went public with it. And I never shared this. And I never talked trash behind his back. I just sat with it. And then he did the same thing. He's a much better man than I am. But he sat with it too. And then when we squashed it, you could see it on both our faces. And you know, and listen, we could have tried to use it to sell tickets, go back and forth. Just doesn't benefit us.
Right.
It doesn't benefit either of us because you know these people. These are my brothers. These are my I've known every comic I work with. I've known for 20 years. I don't have high school friends I talk to that much.
Right.
These are like brothers to me. And so, yeah, now we do it a little internally. No one really does it on podcasts. We try to protect each other and make sure that
Gotcha. Your mental editor is a little sharper.
Yeah, I mean, here's a wild thing is that we still talk trash about each other, and sometimes it's real. Sometimes I'm sure Rogan, you can find clips of Rogan frustrated with me saying something on the podcast or commenting on something I'm doing. That's and people get up on it, but we're still friends. I talk to Joe every single day, not every single day, but every other day. I talk to Tom. I talk wild trash about Tom all the time. I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. He's dead inside, and so, but yeah, it's we don't the Cat Williams, Kevin Hart stuff. We kind of learned that doesn't benefit anyone. Look, they're gonna make up one day. They will.
I hope so.
They will. I guarantee you they're gonna make up one day. And I guarantee you both of them are going to say, I wish that didn't happen. I wish that we didn't go back and forth. Remember Mike Epps and Kevin Hart went at it for a while? And you're like, man, I love both of them. I love Mike Epps is maybe the most pure comedic human in the world. He is funny. To watch him walk into a comedy club's funny.
Right.
He stands funny. If you get him,
man.
His body, everything about Mike Epps is comedy.
Man, and he will show up with nothing and leave with everything.
Dude, that guy can get on stage. If you did that Men in Black pen thing and sucked his memory out and then said get on stage, Mike Epps would have 10 minutes on not knowing what happened in his past. He's just brilliant.
Dude is a beast.
But you want him and Kevin to get along because it's why don't I have a Mike Epps Kevin Hart movie? Why don't I have a Cat Williams Kevin Hart movie? Why don't I have that? That, it's look at it this way. I'm off on a tangent here, but Robert Downey Jr. got sober, and right. How grateful are you that he got sober? For in a selfish way, he gave us so much entertainment.
Yeah, man.
All that time that you could have had, and that's the way I look at these beefs. Is get it out of the way and start making cool stuff for us to enjoy because you're too good for this stuff. Cat Williams is a genius.
Yeah, he is.
He is a genius.
Yes.
And Kevin Hart, gangster.
Yes.
Kevin Hart, his specials changed the way I do comedy. Did I ever tell you about when Kevin Hart did Shaq and Cedric's All-Star Comedy Roast?
I've seen it, but what?
He goes up, a bunch of great comics before him. Ari Spears, D-Ray, all killers. Kevin closes it. Everyone's doing because it's All-Star Weekend. It's straight up. It's a primarily black room, and it's everyone's dressed to the nines, and everyone's messing with people on stage and talking maybe a little dirtier. Kevin Hart walked on stage. And he said, man, I had to watch my stupid kids. And the place went crazy. And I went, oh, the common denominator is they all have kids.
Right.
Everyone's got kids. And he did material on his family, clean material on his family at the end of an all-star comedy jam. And I remember where I was sitting. I hit my DVR. I recorded it. I sat up, poured myself a cocktail. I was like, this is a class on comedy right now. This is a AP class on comedy. This kid is and I've known Kevin forever. But man, when he does his dad's voice, all right.
Yeah,
I mean, that is that when to embody a voice that sticks around forever.
Oh my God, yeah.
Is just it's so.
And you could be anywhere and somebody say, you gonna learn today. yeah. And that's just one of those things, man. It's not just a culture mover. it's just something that kind of stick with you.
Well, I suffer from the same thing Kevin suffers from. Is that comics in general, our DNA is to mock ambition. It just is, and I think Kevin is outwardly ambitious, and I am outwardly ambitious.
Gotcha.
And I think it's an easy target.
Gotcha.
They go, how come you're not staying at the club late like I am? How come you're not going to the bars the way I am? Because people say that to me, and I go, well, I got stuff to do. I just launched a vodka. Like I like, there is, this industry was not this wide open when we started. It was this. You got kinged by the tastemakers.
Right.
You are the it guy, and that was it. And then all of a sudden, the internet made it like this, and you could do things. I have my own flip flop. I have my own flip flop. Like,
and you wore everybody else's.
Never could have happened.
Yeah.
Never could have happened before. You would never could you get online, bully a company into making a flip flop for you, then sell them to your fans at a profit, and then have your own line of flip flops, your own vodka, your own summer tour, your own. I have my own production house. I have 13 employees, but not every comic wakes up going like, how do I get myself to the next level?
Right.
A lot of comics will be like, you know what? Screw Kevin Hart. Just because Kevin's like, no, I want to be a billionaire by the time I'm 40. And what's crazy is he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
He's past 40.
But
they just asked him, they said, are you a billionaire? He's like, come on, stop that. He's just on like 60 Minutes or something like that. They're like, man, you trying to get me robbed? Like, yeah. But Kevin is a brand.
He's a brand.
And also when you say, even with Bert Kreischer, Kevin Hart, there's some people that you don't say comedian. You don't put like titles in front of certain people anymore. You just say, oh, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
You don't say, oh, rapper, actor, Snoop Dogg. You just say Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
And we know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay, so Snoop's like sneaky ambitious. That's the cool. I wish I'd been that ambitious. Because Snoop's a mogul.
Oh my God, man.
There's no,
if you hate Snoop, you better not listen to radio. You better not watch TV.
Oh.
You better not open up your eyes in a bus terminal. Dog is everywhere.
Watch the Olympics.
Yeah, you better not watch the Olympics. That's real.
But he's not there by accident. He's not there by accident. There is a very shrewd man that runs that business, and his name is Calvin. And he is.
Yeah, right.
He is up in the morning. He is in the gym. He is working on beats for fun. Like that. He is always. I mean, I worked with that man.
He stay in the studio. He stay next to the work, man.
And he never lets it go. Like I remember, I had a room across the hall from me when we lived in a hotel together in Macon for a month. Snoop was just always in. I would say the culture, but like in music, crazy wild music's coming out of his room. He's always listening to something new. He's always challenging himself. He really is, man. He's like one of my heroes. I love that guy.
Are you into boxing or MMA?
MMA.
Really though.
Yeah.
So did you watch any of the Haney Garcia debacle that was going on, or
I don't know. Like, I
conferences?
looked at it like a very ignorant person. I was like, I love what Ryan Garcia's doing.
Yeah, and he did it.
He did it. I
And
love
he
that
did
he
it,
killed
man.
a beer. I mean,
Yeah, at weigh-in.
at weigh-in, that's my energy.
You're like, that's my guy.
That's my guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
I did the LA Marathon with no training at all. Absolute Ryan Garcia, those people. I walked into the marathon. I was like, I just got new shoes. And they're like, no.
Like, you don't do that?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you did the full marathon of 26 point.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did it.
So your 5K that's coming up with time is like, oh, I could do this.
That was a cakewalk.
Really?
Yeah,
And you're running your 5K?
Yeah, I'll run it. I ran the LA Marathon from Dodger Stadium down to Santa Monica. It was beautiful. Beautiful way to see our city. I'll tell you what, Sepulveda is still disgusting.
Right.
If you didn't like some driving down Sepulveda, try running down it.
Yeah, where you got to pass by and look at everything.
At 22 miles, you hit Sepulveda. I remember a woman in front of me shit her pants.
Oh, that's even worse.
A grown woman. And I was like, oh, this is bad. People start falling off like zombies. Like they start sitting on the sides. Everyone's legs seize up. And then a dude with a trombone passed me. And I was like, God, I got to try harder.
Yeah, if he got a trombone, and he was playing it too?
He was playing a trombone
Jesus
for the
Christ.
whole. A guy in a Big Bird outfit beat me. Some kid with MS beat me. His dad was Mexican kid with MS, and the dad was running in jeans.
Oh, man.
He beat me.
That's that get up, let's go. Like my cousin, he just got up one morning and said, I'm going to go run a marathon.
Yeah.
I was like, who does that?
It's easier to do it that way than to plan for it.
Right. So you didn't do all the training and
I didn't
everything?
do any training. I just
And did you just run the one that just passed?
No. I ran. I'll never do another marathon. It was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life. Oh, it was horrific. It was.
What year did you do the marathon?
I don't know.
Were you bigger?
No,
then?
I was same. I was same.
Okay.
And I was big then, and it was like, I mean, when I got done, I was shaking. Like it really takes it out of you. But you realize.
Did you have your toenails still?
No, I lost all my toenails.
Damn.
Yeah, I couldn't. I remember the next day I sat on the toilet and I couldn't get off it because my legs were all frozen. And it was like, and you sleep and your legs will start shaking in the middle of the night.
And you were like, man, people do this every year or multiple times? Like
if you then
LA, Boston, like New York.
Oh, I did a triathlon and almost died doing that. I got out in the water. I'm a really good swimmer, right? Mm-hmm. So like there's two types of people who can swim and then people who know how to swim. Like if you know how to swim, you go through the water. If you're just out there, it's going to be a lot more taxing on your body. So we get in the water. I knew I could swim, and it's like a quarter of a mile swim, and like halfway into it, out to the buoy, I go, I'm in third place. I was like, this is crazy. I'm beating everyone. I was like, I am just the best there's ever been.
Uh-oh.
And then I do the turn, and 100 people swim over me. And I start to drown, like to legit drown.
You're like, oh, this was timing.
This was horrible.
Yeah, okay.
I should have been at the back of the pack and enjoyed my swim.
Yeah, man.
Every gangster swims over me. They don't care. They just use you to get forward. And there's a guy on a paddleboard, and they're like, if you need to, wave down the guy with the paddleboard. And I made a joke before. I go, yeah, any of you bitches out there need to do that. And now I'm like, help.
Excuse me, Mr. Paddleboard Man. How you doing? Can I just get on the back of yours?
My daughters.
Did you finish it?
I finished it. My daughters, when I got out of the water, my daughters go, did you almost drown? I was like, yeah.
Oh, they could see it.
It was so bad. I had to lay on my back and like breathe and catch my breath. But still, and then it was a rough one. I've done everything. I did the Spartan race, Tough Mudder. I've done all the races. Races are fun.
Jesus
like the energy around them is really communal.
I didn't know that you had that adventure, and I didn't know that you had that. I didn't think that as far as like, man, I'm get up and challenge myself.
Oh,
like even right now when you walked in and I was like, oh, you look good. I didn't know that you were always into like hard work like that and challenge yourself.
It's punitive. I like to punish myself. Like I like the challenge of being a little scared and lost. And uncomfortable.
Have you jumped out of a plane yet?
Oh, a number of times.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm about to do it, man. Would you jump out with me?
Nope.
Why not? Oh, wait. Don't say it because then you're going to stop me from doing it.
First time is the best experience you'll ever have. You need that. And you need that. It's brilliant. There's a moment, like if you were like me, a little bit of a micromanager, there's a moment when you're jumping out of a plane, you go, oh, the dice have been rolled. Like I'm either going to live or die, and I can't change that. I can't take medication or start eating healthier to make sure I live. I am either going to live or die, and the world is coming at me really fast, and I need to see what kind of man am I? Am I the guy that's going to go, this is scary, or can I let go and go, if I die, let's have it. Let's go for it. And it's a beautiful moment. That moment is so precise, and it's great. The second time you jump out of a plane, you're like, why did I do this again? It's like having your second kid. You're like, why did we do this again?
Oh man, yeah, maybe I won't do it then.
Do it the first time's amazing.
Yeah, because I'm doing these things called first time ever.
Oh, buddy, you're talking to the right guy. I've done it all. So I was on Travel Channel for 9 years. I did Adventures of a Lifetime. Every day I do 3 Adventures of a Lifetime. Every day I do it 4 days a week. So I do 12 adventures in 1 week, and I did that for 9 years. The number one thing you have to do, swim with great white sharks. It's the most.
Well, I was in Hawaii. I was in a cage with the sharks.
Yeah, did you do that one out at Haleiwa?
I don't know where I was at in Hawaii somewhere. Yeah. And then I remember my foot went out the cage, right? And I was like, yeah, black people don't really do this kind of shit.
When you're on the boat, they're the only black person. You're like, my God. This is like Wordle. This is just for white people.
Yeah, I was like, man, I don't think this is for me. But I'll talk to you, man, because there's probably something that we could do together on the first time ever.
I was in South Africa. I jumped off Moses Mabhida Stadium. I rappelled off Table Mountain and swam with great white sharks in the same day. And I remember shaking at the end of the day going like, my wife's like, take a bath. And I was like, in vodka? Like what? I'm like shaking. I've done everything.
Do you cold plunge?
Oh, every day.
Every day?
Every day. I love it.
What's your temperature on your cold
42.
plunge? You do, oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I do 42.
Yeah, I'm a 50.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm working my way down.
Hey, 50 is just as good. No, you can't tell the difference between 50 and 42.
Really though?
Yeah, and who knows if
Well,
it
go to
even
my house and
works.
reset it. You bad.
Yeah. I love cold plunging.
What time do you plunge?
Usually right when I wake up. I plunged last night before I went to bed because I've been drinking. And if I drink and cold plunge, it goes away.
No hangovers?
No hangover.
Oh, nice.
No hangover. I think what happens is your body goes into panic and all the blood flushes through all your organs, so it kind of cleans everything out. That's what I think happens. And then I sauna, sweat it out, go to bed, boom, sleep like a baby.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I ain't mad at you, man. Y'all
Yeah,
stick around.
I'm dying to see you do some stuff.
Oh,
I've done
yeah.
wild stuff.
Not too much of that physical stuff that you're doing over there though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And I'm sharing mine. We'll speak on it. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want nobody stealing the idea.
Yeah. Well, I got a bucket list for you. I can fill it out real quick, and they're amazing.
Okay. You're known for taking your shirt off while you're doing your comedy, right?
Yes.
So what I want to do right here, man, there's some other celebrities, some other comedians that also take their shirt off.
Yes.
I'm just going to show you pictures of them as far as like torso.
Okay.
No faces. And I just want to see if you can recognize these people, these comedians, with their shirts off just by looking at their bodies.
Okay.
All righty. First up, Bert Kreischer. Do you know who this is?
No. Hold on. No. And I'm looking at the jewelry.
Yep.
I'm
Tattoos.
Yeah. I see God, I don't know.
You want to take a stab at it?
I'm going to say Tone Bell.
Nope.
Who?
You want me to give you a clue?
Yeah.
Club Shay Shay.
That's Cat Williams?
Yes, it is Cat
Shut
Williams.
up.
Yeah, that's Cat Williams right
God,
there,
he should
man.
take his shirt off more. Holy cow.
All righty now. Comedians that take their shirts off. Bert Kreischer, do you know who this is?
Is that... It's not Rogan, but that person's jacked.
Mm-hmm.
That person's really jacked. Is it Rogan?
It's not Joe Rogan.
Who is that?
You want me to give you a
give
clue?
me a hint. Give me a hint.
He's probably you know him. You spoke very well about him.
Kevin Hart.
Yes, it is.
God,
Kevin Hart.
he is. Man, he is
Alrighty.
ripped.
What about this one right here?
Shut up. Why is all these people jacked?
Who is this here?
Deion Cole.
Oh, he said Deion Cole. It's about time you got it wrong.
No.
Yeah, man.
Give me a hint.
All righty. Everybody hates.
That is not Chris Rock. That
Yes,
is
it
not
is
Chris Rock. That is not Chris Rock.
There it is right
Shut
there,
up.
man.
That's
All
Chris
righty.
Rock?
Chris Rock. All righty. Sarcastic, great comedian.
White dude.
Yep, white dude.
Is it Jesselnick?
No,
Daniel
sir.
Tosh. Oh, sarcastic white dude.
Didn't he host an award show as well?
Yes.
He hosted an award show and people got offended.
Joe Coy? Ricky Gervais?
Ricky
No
Gervais.
way!
Yes,
This
sir.
is the best game I've ever played.
All righty now. This one
I
right
feel like
here.
I'm on Grindr.
Do you know who this comedian is? Look, I feel like I'm
Jesus
on Grindr.
Christ.
Plus size.
Oh, I know that. I can see that from here.
Yeah. Do you know who this shirtless comedian is?
It's not Stavi. It's not.
Shirtless comedian.
Is it? It's not Farley.
No, it's not Farley. You want a hint?
Yeah, I gotta get a hint.
Dodger Stadium?
Fluffy?
Yes, sir.
Fluffy?
Yeah,
Fluffy's not in bad shape.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not that bad. That's
no
not
telling
that
how long
bad.
ago this was either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All righty now. What about this shirtless comedian here? Shirtless comedian here, Bert
Looks
Kreischer.
weird just looking at
Yeah,
I know,
that's why,
I
that's
feel
why I
like
said I
I-
feel like you're on Grindr.
I feel like it's 2 a.m. and he's asking if I want to come over.
Yeah.
Can
Can I give you a hint?
please.
You thought it was someone else. You said the name already.
Deion Cole.
Yes, it
I
is
know,
Deion
yeah.
Cole.
I've seen him shirtless.
Do we want to ask how that happened? All righty now. Yeah, exactly. Do you know who this comedian is? Shirtless comedian.
This is ridiculous.
That's the beard. I'm looking at the beard.
Mm-hmm.
No tats.
No tats.
No tats. Light
Been
skinned.
wearing a beard for the last couple or few years. You know.
It's not one of the Wayans brothers.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Give me a hint.
Who is you just said?
Damon Wayans? Marlon Wayans.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
All right, now. This comedian here, shirtless comedian.
I don't know. Wait, that's me. Shut up. Oh, shut up. You know what I said? I swear to God, I didn't see a watch. And so I was like, and I always have a watch on, but my watch is hidden. Right. And I was like, that guy's a mess. Right. And then I saw my necklace and I went, that's me. Right.
Shirtless
God, I look
comedian.
so much better now.
Yeah, you do.
Why didn't someone intervene?
Man.
You ever ridden a horse at full sprint?
I rode a horse on
It's the best thing I've ever done.
Vacation, and we never got out. I did one of those where you're in the water and the horse is there.
It's better than great sex.
Really?
First of all, you have domain over this animal, which is crazy. So you get it up to a gallop and then to a canter or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then when that horse takes off, there is a moment where you and the horse share a symbiotic relationship where the neck of the horse starts doing this. And you're not holding on. You're weightless. Your feet are in there. Your ass is above the thing. And it is the purest rush of adrenaline I've ever gotten in my life. Because there is this like, I don't know if this is going to end well feeling. It is riding a horse on a beach. I've done it sprinted on a couple times. On a beach, Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I don't
Hard
think.
pass.
Yeah, let's switch reels a little bit, man. Is there anyone that you would like to meet that you haven't met yet in your journey?
Yeah,
comedy or otherwise.
I always say like I'd like to meet Tiger Woods.
Right.
I want to meet Michael Jordan.
Mm.
I heard he's not the best guy to meet.
Yeah, I heard that's thing.
That's okay though. I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. Maybe I don't want to meet Michael Jordan because I don't want to lose it. You know,
right?
Like I met Shaq. Shaq was a big one.
Oh
for
yeah,
me.
Shaq the guy.
Shaq's the guy.
Shaq gonna give you the Shaq that you knew and loved. Like, oh man, he was just like I was hoping.
That's the crazy. That's exact. I told it.
Yeah.
I was like that, and we became friends. We text, and that was like a big one for me. Mm-hmm. I met Snoop was a big one. I was so nervous about meeting Snoop. I talked to Tom because I can be a lot, and I said, I don't want to scare him off, like because I can be a lot of energy. Tom's like, just be yourself, be you. If he doesn't like you, then, but he's like, Snoop's going to love you. And I remember eating dinner with Snoop the first night. Snoop had this like sideways sit in his chair just looking at me, like trying to like figure me out a little bit. And then he called Red Grant, FaceTimed him.
Oh my God.
He walks over, puts the phone up to my face. He goes, you know this man? Red goes, I know Bert. And he goes, cool. And then boom, we were friends. He was like, because he was listening to me talk wild, and he was like, are these true stories? Like, is this a real person? Because my stories, if you don't know me, they sound so outrageous. Right. I fought a bear. I swam with great white sharks out of the cage. I got involved with the Russian mafia, robbed a train. And Snoop's just looking at me sideways. Red's like, these are all true stories, Snoop. And Snoop's like, that's my guy. And then he was the best. That's like my favorite like celebrity I ever met, because then he's also just genius.
Yeah, you ever met OJ?
I think I did. Drunk. He gave me
a knife,
a paper coin.
Oh, okay.
A paper coin. Said you met the juice. He had a paper coin.
He had a thing where he said you met the juice.
See if you can Google it. Because I think we were in Florida, and I met
paper coin.
I got the paper coin. I woke up the next day with the paper coin. And someone's like, yeah, you met OJ last night. And I was like, I didn't take a picture, did I? And they're like, no, you did not.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I've done wild stuff drunk that I really regret. There's a dude, when we were in Australia, we were on tour and we were lit. And this guy had a gun. And he was like, hey, man, I'd like you to take a picture with you holding the gun and put it in my mouth. And I was like, okay. So I have a picture out there of me with a gun in the guy's mouth at a bar in Australia, shirtless, like, I regret that night.
God, bro.
I regret that night.
Have you seen that picture lately?
No.
Yeah, man, and please.
There's a lot of pictures I don't want to show up on me.
Hey, man, have you done a lot of stuff where you say you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh, my God, what did I do?
All the time. All the time.
Wow.
All the time. I wake up.
You ever woke up naked somewhere?
Yes. Yeah. Usually, I've never woken up with another person, but I've woken up naked in a closet, and I'm like, what am I doing?
How did I get in here?
My closets are my rally room. Like, if I'm partying too hard, I'll just go find a closet, shut it, no one knows I'm there, take a nap, wake up. And one time I woke up, and I was like, wait, whose house am I at? Like what? We were partying last night. My jeans are over in the corner because I can't sleep. I gotta sleep naked. And so yeah, I've had some wild.
I'm glad you said that, man. Bring Jose in here real quick. Jose just came. So this is my guy. Hey, Jose. Is Jose out there, Doc? Yeah, because you know how you say you woke up naked?
Yeah.
Yeah, my guy Jose right here. He woke up. That's Doc, our boss, right there. This is we were just talking about how he.
How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you?
How he woke up naked in a closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, man, I'm glad you said that because my buddy Jose woke up naked, but you were alone, right?
I was alone.
Yeah,
Who were you with?
He was with
A bunch of guys.
Yeah, he was with a bunch of guys. Tell him the first thing you did.
The first thing I did was this.
He touched his ass to make sure he wasn't penetrated.
Nice.
You gotta love it, man.
Smart man.
Yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Netflix is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Bert Kreischer is in the neighborhood. Bert, I want to do something with you called Bert and Kurt. My government name is Kurt.
For real?
Yes, man. So we're gonna go. Netflix is a joke. Bert and Kurt. All righty. So the way we're gonna do this, Netflix is a joke. Bert and Kurt. I'm gonna say something, and you say, and I'll say, you know what else is a joke, and then I'll say something, and then you'll say, well, you know what else is a joke, then you'll say something.
Okay.
Like if I start off and I say, you know what else is a joke, we got Netflix as a joke. You know what else is a joke? Men that drive, they're women driving on the passenger side with their feet in the window.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what else is a joke?
What is a joke?
When they're wearing masks in the car.
Right. Oh, and they're by themselves?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what the hell are you wearing a mask and you in the car by yourself?
Yeah.
You know what else is a joke?
What?
All Instagram models to me are jokes.
Oh, you know what else is a joke?
What that?
All those hot girls that think they invented being hot.
Yeah. You know what else is a joke? Donald Trump saying that he weighed 235 pounds. Yeah.
You know what else is a joke?
Talk to me.
He's going to win the next election.
Yeah, I know. And you know what else is a joke? Joe Biden falling up the stairs.
You know what else is a joke? Joe Biden doesn't know that he's running for president.
Yeah. Hey, dude, it is really a weekend at Biden's right now, bro.
Oh, my God. That poor guy.
Hey, dude, I think Joe Biden died in 2020 or 2021. You know what I'm saying? You know what else is a joke? How men eat 5 guys.
Oh, wow, I misheard that.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else is a joke?
What else
that
is a
there are
joke?
men that eat 5 guys.
Yeah. But won't eat Wendy's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But will not snack down on Wendy's. You know what else is a joke?
What?
Taxes in California.
Oh, you know what else is a joke? All my tax evading friends who moved to Austin.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, shout out to Dr. Kenji. Believe that. You know what else is a joke? Skinny women, little women that drive big trucks and big women that drive little Nissan Sentras.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you know what isn't a joke?
What is it?
Hot chicks on motorcycles.
Right. Oh, that's not a joke.
Oh, that's not a joke, man.
That's not a joke.
So your ass cannot
Man.
be big enough if you're on a motorcycle.
You know what is a joke?
What?
Overweight vegans.
You know what else is a joke?
What is it?
Silent vegans that don't tell you they're vegan.
Yeah, until.
Yeah.
You know what else is a joke? When somebody's vegan or when somebody eat a certain way and then they chastise you for what you're eating. Yeah.
You know it's a great joke?
What that is?
Having them watch me eat like a lunatic.
Yeah. You know what else is a joke, man? Fat doctors.
Oh.
Yeah, what the hell?
I had a fat cardiologist.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, okay,
You know what-
Olive Hill.
You know what else is a joke? Doctors that have a Pittsburgh accent.
Oh, you know.
I need a good Asian accent. But when you hear some guy, so Yin's gonna eat yeah. You're like, you're not supposed to be a doctor. You got to change the way you talk.
You know what else is a joke
What?
that I'm hearing now and I'm starting to become older than my doctors?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what? You know what else is a joke?
Talk to me.
Training for your doctor's appointments.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what else is a joke? Cleaning up your house or your room before your cleaning services come. Do you know what else is a joke?
What?
When you brush your teeth before you go to the dentist.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't trust white dentists.
Like, really?
No, I don't trust them.
Why, man, why you don't?
I
You
don't
know
know.
what? My dentist is not white.
I only go to you out of a Spanish accent, Mexican accent. The white dentists, there's a thing, they want to be better, and they aren't happy with being a dentist, so I think they overcharge and they upsell you things you don't need because they want a boat.
Yeah.
You know? I need a dentist who's there for the love of dentistry.
You know what else is a joke? How LeBron James is the face of Taco Tuesday.
LeBron James, the face of Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday with Taco Bell now. Believe that.
God, I'm getting out of my swing zone. If we talk basketball,
all right.
You know what else is a joke?
Talk to me.
That Nuggets Lakers series.
Oh my God. All right, we'll stop it there. We'll stop it there. You know what else is a joke? This interview is over.
Oh, that was
Bert Kreischer in
fun.
the
I can do
neighborhood.
that again.
Oh, man.
I haven't thought on my toes in a while. I had to take my flip-flops off.
You know what else is a joke? Y'all stick around y'all radios, man. We got our good friend Bert Kreischer in the neighborhood, Big Boy neighborhood.